Hey, Diego, it's great to see you.
Great to see you too, Mike.
Hey, so you've been busy?
Yes, very busy. I guess constantly busy is the new normal those days.
That's pretty good. What did you think of the conversation with Tom from Mobilitas?
I think it was very rewarding. Specifically, seeing a customer that can take advantage of our platform and our innovation and kind of change the product even faster, was very interesting to watch.
Yeah, speaking of changing the product, you guys have been hard at work on Cortina, right?
Indeed.
Lots to talk about.
Lots to talk about, yes. I'm looking forward to kind of walk through on what we kind of released this time.
Well, I think everybody's excited to hear from you, so take it away.
Thank you, Mike. Hello and welcome again. As Mike said, we have been very busy, and I'm excited to share some of the new capabilities available in the Cortina release of Guidewire Cloud. Cortina is now the third in a series of releases that began a year ago with Aspen, and Cortina is the second release fully executed while working from home. And honestly, I hope it's the last one we have to build in this way. There is plenty to talk about it, so let's get started. In every release, there is a combination of application and platform feature delivered. Those two things come together to enable solution for our customer. While application is straightforward, we break down platform in few subcategories: UX and digital framework, application service, data analytics service, and cloud infrastructure service. Let's highlight a few application features in Cortina. First, Guidewire for Salesforce is now integrated with both Salesforce Sales Cloud and Service Cloud, in addition to Financial Service Cloud. This gives customers flexibility to align their deployment of Guidewire with how they currently utilize Salesforce. Next, we have added a new risk factor dashboard in Insurance Now, powered by Science for small business. This new dashboard provides immediate visibility to risk associated with underwriting small business insurance, saving underwriting countless hours manually searching and collating. In Banff, we launched Insurance Suite Cloud API and made them available for everyone to review at developer.guidewire.com. Since then, customers have been asking us to make more APIs available, as they provide the essential bridge between the application layer and our platform. Now, in Cortina, we updated the API documentation so you can easily reference API endpoint, input parameters, and sample payload and responses. But more importantly, we have significantly increased our API coverage and added a composite API feature. You can think of this as an optimization layer that reduced the number of API calls by over 60%. Starting now, regional market integration are aligned with every release cycle. In Cortina, these include updates for Germany, France, and London market, continuing our delivery of product content that meets country-specific insurance requirements. And finally, you might remember Claims Autopilot was previewed at Connection last November, but now in Cortina is available to select a number of customers under our early access program. We believe Autopilot will transform claims handling, and we are very excited how customers can start to using it. On the platform side, we have great new capability in each of the main areas: Guidewire Cloud Platform, Data Analytics Service, and Application Service. Let's begin by taking a closer look at Guidewire Cloud Platform. GWCP was first released a year ago as a highly engineered collection of cloud infrastructure services and tooling optimized to fulfill the needs of our customer and the workloads typically found in the P&C industry. In Cortina, our focus was on strengthening and expanding what we built with the following set of priorities: reduce provisioning time by auto-connecting the various cloud services. In Cortina, our data and analytics service are automatically provisioned and instantiated for every customer environment. Create a standard migration path for customer moving to the cloud. Enhance security to achieve SOC 2 compliance. Support GWCP deployment in every region all over the world. Expanded observability and platform metrics. Enable more activity to be performed via self-service. Guidewire Cloud Console is the front-end application for all the self-service activity. The list of capabilities is constantly increasing. They range from creating CI/CD pipeline and loading Insurance Suite code to setting up logging and registering new tenant with cloud service. With Banff last November, we delivered a drastic improvement and predicted further advances in Cortina. I'm happy to report that in Cortina, we are now down to 1 person, 15 minutes. These are the kind of advancement that you will continue to see as we scale our platform. But to give you a more complete picture of the progress and how much things have changed over the last 18 months, let's look at some key indicators. Across all customers, we are now over 2,500 cloud deployments. Transaction throughput increased by a factor of 10. We experience exponential growth in the number of production and non-production environments across all our customers. We're now running from 1 region to 7 regions all over the world. And of course, we have been continuously increasing the number of customers running on GWCP. All these capabilities and automation improvements are what enable us to effectively run and monitor 30+ customers on GWCP. And it's the reason why more and more customers are trusting us to run their business in Guidewire Cloud. But our work isn't limited to modernizing and optimizing InsuranceSuite for the cloud. Today, we're pleased to announce that InsuranceNow is also running on GWCP. All the core InsuranceNow services have been optimized to run on GWCP. And there are 2 capabilities that I want to call out: dynamic scaling and self-healing. Self-healing means that if any infrastructure resource goes down, the platform will automatically create new resources to replace the failed ones. Dynamic scaling allows InsuranceNow to scale resources up and down automatically based on activity in the system. This significantly improves performance and availability. But to show you how exactly dynamic scaling works, let's watch this short video. Let's start with the user working on a policy in InsuranceNow. Here, we are setting up a continuous refresh at 2-second interval. Now we start artificially loading up the system via this command line window. What we are simulating here are a number of concurrent API calls. As you can see in the upper window, behind the scenes, GWCP is automatically identifying the need for increased resources and applying them. Everything is managed by GWCP and fully automated in real time. Furthermore, while all that is happening, the user can continue to work without any disruption. There might be an increase in latency for a short while, but that's all. In this final screen from the InsuranceNow dashboard, you can observe more metrics around the event. For example, you can see how the latency increased for over a minute while GWCP allocated new resources before normalizing again. This is a game changer. In the past, a person who will have been monitoring this sees that resources might be needed and have to make a decision to manually add resources. Dynamic scalability and resiliency are just 2 of the foundational features of GWCP. And I'm very excited that InsuranceNow customers can now realize those same benefits and many more. This is a major milestone we committed to deliver last November and have fully achieved in Cortina. As we discussed at Connection last November, our cloud data service are an essential part of every cloud subscription. These services stream and store every change to every field within InsuranceSuite so that data is accessible near real time. Now, 6 months later, we have 5 customers using those services live, including Explore and Cloud Data Access. And in terms of data volume, we come a long way since then, going from million to billion of records flowing through the platform. While Banff was a critical milestone to lay the foundation, it was only the beginning. Our customer needed more, including access to InsuranceSuite and all types of data in one spot to cover all their reporting and analytics needs. Access to business-ready data that is simplified and pre-curated so it's faster and easier to leverage. Enabling tools like Explore to access custom fields defined in InsuranceSuite. Using data to build predictive models. Access to external P&C data along with your own, and combining data from different sources, such as your data warehouse. We listened, and your bottom line was simple. All the data is there now, but we need to enable multiple scenarios, from visualization to predictive analytics. Our answer? Data Studio. Data Studio is designed to address all the key needs we've heard from our customers. At a high level, Data Studio is a dataset creation and management tool that provides unified access to both raw and pre-curated data. So you can quickly build data sets to visualize in Explorer, use for predictive analytics modeling, or connect with other systems. In building Data Studio, our overall objective was to simplify data access and manipulation, give everyone access to their data that they need, utilize that data to make business decisions and take action. To give you a quick look at Data Studio in action, let me bring in Nick Fluck, who is the lead product manager for our data and analytics platform. Nick is joining us remotely from his home in New Jersey. Hi, Nick. Thanks for joining. How's it going?
It's going well, Diego. Excited to be here.
Are you ready to deliver a TikTok-style demo of the Data Studio?
Wait, dancing is not required, is it?
No, thankfully not. But we need to be fast. Then let's jump right in. What is the use case we are focusing on today?
Let's illustrate the story from a claims perspective, specifically a claims manager using Explorer to manage caseload in their daily operations, who would like to have more real-time insight into claims being investigated for fraud to help reduce leakage.
How does Data Studio help here?
In this case, it helps by making it easy to add Special Investigations Unit status or SIU status to the out-of-the-box dashboard in Explorer, allowing us to drill down into claims under investigation. We'll need to complete a few tasks in Data Studio first to accomplish this. First, we'll select the right data sources, search for and join the required SIU status field with the data set being used earlier, and finally, publish that new data set.
So if I understood correctly, since in this scenario we are using our Explore BI tool, it will fall in the Visualize Usage Type category, correct?
That's exactly right, Diego.
Great. Walk me through the process.
When I first log into Data Studio, I can immediately view all of the available data, both the raw and curated assets.
Wait a second. How did all the data get in there?
Since our data services are automatically connected when customers are provisioned in Guidewire Cloud, there's no extra effort required to bring the data into Data Studio. It just gets turned on. As an example, here I can select the pre-curated claim inventory dataset that powers the Explore dashboard that we started with earlier. This will open into a SQL editor that shows me the definition of this dataset, including how it was constructed and what fields it includes. Now, because with Cortina, all Claim Center data is pre-curated and made available here on the left, all I have to do is search for the table with SIU status, drag it into the SQL editor, join it to the data set, and away I go. After that, we do a quick preview just to make sure that the right field was added, and here that you can see that it was.
What about custom field? Our customer added to Insurance Suite. How do we add them to Data Studio?
Field and table extensions get picked up and streamed into the data platform automatically. So a custom field added in Insurance Suite will also become available here in Data Studio so that you can use it the same way that we just showed you. Now that I've added this field to the data set, the next and final step is really to publish it. To utilize SIU status in my Explore dashboard, we'll select Visualize, click OK, and then immediately I get a message that this data set is now saved.
What about the data set you publish? Are they static or dynamically updated?
So that's what's unique about Data Studio working in conjunction with our platform. Once a data set is published, it's not just creating a static snapshot. That data set will get automatically refreshed as new data continuously streams in.
Perfect. So if I understand correctly, Data Studio lets you control what data is streaming from the data lake. Then choose how you want to consume this data.
Absolutely. Now that we published the data set, I can hop back over to Explore to show you the end result. I can now drill down to see that the new SIU status field is available for filtering. And when I apply that filter on the dashboard, it updates to highlight claims under investigation. And again, this is streaming data, so the results are updated in near real time.
In my interaction with customers, a recurring requirement has been, can I plug in my existing BI tool? Does Data Studio facilitate that?
Glad you asked, Diego. So let me show you one last thing. As you mentioned earlier, the 3 ways to utilize data through Data Studio are Visualize, Predict, and Connect. The Connect option gives customers the ability to connect any BI or analytics tool to the data.
Any tool?
Absolutely. Our customers use a variety of data and analytics tools to run their business. While we are creating a seamless pipeline for operationalizing embedded analytics within the Guidewire ecosystem, it's really important for us to be open at the same time, allowing our customers to use data wherever they need to.
So bring your own BI tool, whatever it is, Tableau, Power BI, or something else.
Yep, as a matter of fact, we did a quick POC a few weeks ago, and check this out. You can see the same data previously shown in the Explore dashboard we show you, but now it's in Power BI.
This was great, Nick. To conclude, how would you summarize the business value of Data Studio?
I would focus on 3 main points. First, it simplifies access and utilization by putting data into a business-friendly context. Second, it accelerates time to insight, making it up to 5 times faster to use your data wherever you need to. And third, it's pre-integrated, allowing you to leverage all of your data across Guidewire analytics services, including Explore and Predictive Analytics.
So really, Data Studio becomes our key enabler of our closed-loop analytics strategy.
Yep. Data Studio unlocks your innovation potential by connecting your data to a continuous pipeline of embedded analytics across your business.
Thanks, Nick. Very excited about rolling this new capability out.
Sure, no problem, Diego. This was a lot of fun.
Now let's move to the application services and talk about the most exciting feature here. While we worked on many different things in this area, one key challenge rose above all the rest, the challenge of integration. Integration in insurance is like any other industry where a core system is involved, is hard. There are dozens of systems to integrate. They have many different integration patterns. Each one also has vendor-specific interfaces. These are complex to integrate and maintain. While InsuranceSuite integrates with a wide variety of systems, it often requires writing thousands of lines of GoSu code. This had several drawbacks. It required you to learn GoSu. Integration logic got mixed with business logic. Every platform update required a long testing cycle across all the integrations. Once we started running the Guidewire platform as a service, it became obvious we needed a different approach. We call this the Guidewire Integration Framework. This framework standardizes how you integrate enterprise systems, application, and service with InsuranceSuite running in Guidewire Cloud. The Cloud Integration Framework has several key components, some of which were introduced in BANF. InsuranceSuite Cloud API, the Cloud Data Access or CDA interface. With Cortina, we are continuing to expand our API coverage and augment the capability of our cloud data platform, but we wanted to introduce 2 new components of the Cloud Integration Framework to radically change and simplify our approach: application events and the integration gateway. To help us, let me bring in Mark Bolger, a software architect on the Integration Framework team. Mark is joining us from his home near our San Mateo headquarters. Welcome, Mark.
Hey, Diego.
Before we get started, let me walk through the scenario. A small business owner wants to bid on a job, but they need to increase their insurance coverage to qualify, then show proof of insurance right away. Mark, help us out to understand what needs to happen behind the scenes.
Sure, Diego. The scenario begins with reacting to a policy change within Policy Center.
How does App Event play into this?
App Events allows external systems to receive and react to business events within InsuranceSuite. These events are distributed to downstream systems in one of 2 ways: via direct subscriptions to the App Event data feeds, or by routing the event data through the integration gateway, which we'll cover in a minute.
Great. Let's have a look at App Events then.
Here's how an admin would set up an event subscription using the Subscription Management Console. Here's a subscription I created earlier called the Policy Event Feed. If I drill into that feed, you can see the event source is defined as Policy Center, but it could have been Claim Center as well. The subscription is configured to listen for issue policy change events, which will fire whenever a policy change occurs. Finally, the subscription UI allows me to specify where to send the events, which corresponds to an endpoint hosted by a downstream system.
So every time there is a change in Policy Center, in this case, there is an increase in coverage amount, it will generate a policy update and trigger an app event. Is that right?
That's right. This is what the event looks like once it's been triggered. You can see it has everything an external system would need to act on the event. It has headers describing the what and when of the event. and it has a payload containing all the policy file details, including what was changed and for what policyholder.
That makes sense, Mark, and definitely looks a lot easier. So with a few clicks, I can select and subscribe to a multitude of events that can be consumed by any downstream system, correct?
Correct. But we want to go further than that. We want to interact with partner systems to act on the event. This is where the integration gateway comes in.
So while an event feed just sends info to another system, integration gateway let us use those events to build integrations, correct?
Exactly. Integration gateway is based on Apache Camel, which uses the concept of routes to map data from one system to another. This allows us to build robust integrations using simple Java code.
What do you mean? No Gosu?
Nope, no Gosu. Now let's look at the routes that react to the change. A route that uses the event to generate a proof of insurance via SmartCom, and a route that uses the same event to send a text message via ZipWhip.
Let's see how those route works.
Here you see the Java code used to build an integration route. All the flow and logic of an integration is defined within this route. If I zoom into this code snippet near the top, you see the from endpoint is listening for an issue policy change event. The route then extracts the relevant data and sends it to SmartCom via the to endpoint. A similar route was used to integrate between Policy Center and ZipWhip, which creates and sends a text to a small business owner, notifying them an insurance certificate will be sent via email.
Great demo, Mark. This is amazing how much we're being able to simplify the approach. But from a developer point of view, how does Integration Gateway make your life easier?
There are several ways. First, I don't have to write nor learn Gosu code anymore. It has all of the integration patterns and connectors I need. It reduces complexity a lot, as all integrations follow the same syntax. I can build integrations much faster, and integrations following this pattern are upgrade safe.
On average, we believe this will be 3 times faster. Customer and partner will appreciate this improvement. Thanks a lot, Mark. Wait, where is the proof of insurance certificate?
Here it is, Diego. Auto-generated by SmartCom.
And what about the text message?
Ask Mike. I sent it to him.
Hey, Mike, did you get a text message?
Hey, Diego. Actually, yes, I did. I got it right here on my phone.
Oh, okay, great. So I guess my work here is over and I can go focus on the next release.
Yeah, perfect. Dobson's only 6 months away. Get to work.
Thanks a lot, Mike. See you later.
Diego will be back later to discuss today's keynote highlights and what we're doing to further build customer trust on Guidewire Cloud.